Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance, and this is a rather special M44. It's the Tier 6 American SPG, and it's located on the south spawn of Malinovka. And as you can see, it's the What Arty Noobs M44, specially created by Rusty, Sir Rusty. And as you can see, it's a beautiful black colour with the What Arty Noobs logo on the side. And this one is being driven by Talon 1958, and he's moved back into the bushes, and his teammate's in a Hummel, and he's extending his aim straight away, looking for a target to fire at. Okay, now what he's going to aim for straight away is the bushes. This is an encounter battle, so he's expecting somebody to go spotting straight away, but actually they've turned up there at that little bush. That's where I would normally aim, because that's one that most people tend to go for straight away if you are a light tank. And obviously we've got a Type 58 who's actually making his way to the dip. There he is on the left, and that round came in there from the Hummel on our team, and the 12 ton is now looking to try and get shots on that Type 58, but that shot kills the 12 ton straight away. 580 hit points, direct hit, one shot in it, out of the game. Right, now he's indicating he's going to go for the A44. Up on top of the hill, first step, round out. Lands behind him, 32 hit points, so good close shot though. And that round's coming in from the Hummel. Now, if they're both working together, and Talon can actually indicate his target, then they can both coordinate their actions to hit the enemies simultaneously, and that will wipe them out the game very, very quickly. He's not marking his target there, but he is now going to go for that Churchill 7 right up on the rise. Almost reloaded. He is reloaded. Round out. Direct hit. 173. Good strike right into the side front of the Churchill. Okay, now he's going to go for the AMX M445, the Tier 7 French heavy tank, and that one lands just in front of him, but still does 174 hit points and 5 critical hits, which must include crew members. I would suggest it's probably the driver as well. Now that A44 has moved down a bit. He's using a wreck for cover. Round out, and that's direct hit. It looks like it hit the engine bay area, because I can't see the yellow mark on the actual front of the turret at all. Did look like it came over the top, but it did actually track him as well. And he's loaded again. Round out. Oh, that one twanged against the wreck. Oh, I've heard that sound often enough, and funnily enough, just recently I found out that Circle had never heard that sound before. Well, obviously he doesn't play Arty enough, because if he played Arty enough, he'd realise we hear it all the time. Round out on the A44. And no, it just lands to one side. That's unfortunate. Oh, and that Churchill went down very quickly, and he was hit by a Challenger. But we notice KV-2 on that area. Just can't see him at the moment. Now, Talon's going to relocate. He's been sitting in the same place long enough. It doesn't matter, he knocked that tree over. Oh, it does say where he is to the enemy, if the enemy was looking. But what he needs to do is he needs to get a better angle on the enemy, and also possibly to shoot at the cap. And there has been a Hellcat seen on the west side of the map. Okay, he's relocated. He's a little safer now, just in case the enemy come down the hill. He's got some distance between him and the enemy. Now, he's going to go for that Cromwell first, I think. The one that's using the rocks for cover. He's dialing in his aim. Ready to go, round out. Oh, right on the money, it hit the target. Definitely did some damage to that Cromwell. That wall needs a lot of buffing to mark out that, to get rid of that mark. Now, T25-2. Round out. Oh, it pulled forward just as he fired. That was awkward. So that round's gone astray. But there's the KV-2. Okay, he's using those rocks for cover. He's going to pull back behind the rocks, and unfortunately Talon wasn't loaded in time, so he can't fire. It wastes a round. But we've got an enemy coming down the hill. AMX M445, the one he hit earlier. The one he splashed right in front of. Is he going to do the same? Going to hit it this time. Round out. Yes, he did hit it. 101 hit points, and he's picked up some stun assist straight away. Yes, you can see the yellow mark on the MX-M4. Exactly, it was on the side next to the turret. That's where he hit it. That's a splash. Yep, you can see the yellow mark next to the turret. That's where the last round hit. That's the good thing about some of these mods, the Aslains mods, is they will show you where the round impacted. Oh, that was a very final end to that AMX-M4. And that Hellcat, he's going to drown if he's not careful. He's dropped into the water. No, I'm sure he's going to drown. There's no way he's going to get out of it. Yeah, he's drawn. Oh dear, you don't drop into the water at that point. You are going to drown if you try. Okay, round out on the T25, and he gets the rear of it. He hit the rear next to the engine bay, and he hit the tracks as well, and it slung the T25 around. Now he has stunned it. Now he's going to shoot over the garage, I think, or over that shed. He can see the target, or rather somebody can see the target. And you can see it's got another stain, HE stain on the front of that T25, and that's a kill shot. 351, lovely shot, right in on the money. And that player is back in the garage. Now, the scores are even. 2 Artys on both teams. Talon's team's got 3 tank destroyers. The enemy's got 1 tank destroyer. Oh, scratch that. They've just lost. The enemy's just lost a tank, and we've just lost a tank destroyer. Now Talon's relocating. We know that the enemy's got a KV-2. We know they've got a Cromwell, but that Cromwell's the same one that he hit earlier. There's a Jackson up there somewhere. And of course, there's the 2 Arty. Now they're probably in grid squares A2 or A3. And I think that's what he maybe... No, he's not going to look for them. I don't think you can see anything up there, because you've got to think about the view range of the nearest tanks and try and look in the places that they can see if you're going to pre-aim at a target. Now that Challenger should be able to see at least 300 meters away from him. So you look 3 grid squares away, and there's the target come up 3 grid squares away from him. And it's a Cromwell. Okay, it's the same one he hit earlier, and he did about 100 hit points of damage, 150 hit points of damage to it. But it's motoring fast as quickly as it can, and it's coming in this direction, so Talon needs to move, and move fast, otherwise he's going to be the next target. You can see the lovely Arty Noobs M44 chromed on some of the parts with the Arty Noobs logo on the side. And that's free of charge from the Arty Noobs website or on Facebook. And Talon Sir Rusty has provided a lot of other skins which are absolutely beautiful for any of the Arty Noobs players. Now, we've seen the enemy M44. He's up at the other end, and he's trying to defend himself against that VK3001. And Talon fires around it, and it hits the water next to the M44. I think he may have done some damage to it. But there's a Hummel, and he's coming in. The M44 has gone down. There's a Jackson. He's coming in to defend as well. We're loaded. Now, rounds out on the Jackson. No, the Jackson's moved. The Hummel and the VK are both fighting out together. And the Hummel's losing so far. But the Hummel could have one-shotted the VK, but he didn't. But we've got to worry about where that Jackson is, because he's probably going to go after that VK now. There he is. Okay, he is close to the VK. Oh, and he's ended the VK. The Jackson's a very powerful tank destroyer. Round out. No, that's a bit late. It's going to land, yep, behind the Jackson. Now, the thing is that Talon's now going to have to relocate, but he knows where the KV-2 is. We are capping with the Hellcat in the cap, but we know where the KV-2 is. The Hellcat's going to have to go look for him now, because otherwise the Arty won't be able to do anything. And if the Jacksons are headed this way, and he must be headed this way, because he probably knows where the Arty are located from the shells that he's been receiving. Now, Talon's moving a bit closer. Okay, right, the KV-2 has been spotted. The Hellcat spotted him. He's fired. Oh, he just took out the Hellcat. Ouch. Round out. Direct hit, 162 hit points. Now, the trouble is that the view range on the M44 is not as good as on the KV-2. So, I rather think now that Talon's in a rather sticky situation, because if he sees the KV-2, it's probably that the KV-2 can see him quite nicely. Oh, he's just received a hit from the Jackson. He needs to get to cover quick. It's too late. Oh, KV-2 spotted him as well. And that's the end of the game for him. Now it's just the Hummel who's left. Actually, I should make a correction here. Apparently the KV-2 and the M44 actually have the same view range. It's 320 meters. I thought for a second that my statement was wrong. But yes, it is 320 meters. Oh, the Hummel, what have you done? He drove off the edge by mistake, I think. He's heading in the wrong direction. That's deep water. You can't get out there. That slope is too high to go. He's trying to defend himself. He's trying to turn around to go the opposite way, but... Oh, no. Unfortunately, here comes the Jackson. And he shotguns the Jackson. But can he get out? I don't think you can reverse out. You're going to have to go along the edge of the bank, and I'm afraid you're more than likely going to drown as you do that. No, he's in the deep water there. He's trying to push up as much as he can. Oh, don't drown. Please don't drown. No, 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 no. Oh, too late. Yeah. Oh, he just managed to save himself. The KV-2 fired and missed. And the Hummel's loaded, but he's in the deep water. Oh, it's only a matter of time before the KV-2 reloads, comes back and derps him. Here comes the KV-2. Can he do it? This is going to be so difficult. Don't put your... Oh, no. Oh dear. That was such a good try by the Hummel, but it was just too much, too little, too late. And if he got to the edge, I think he might have been able to get a steady aim on the KV-2, but he couldn't. So, the end of battle results, I'm afraid it's a defeat, but Talon 1958 managed to get a first-class tanker. He also managed to get a Bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. He got 18, and he got a Gore's medal for getting at least damage exceeding 10 times the hit points of his vehicle. And lastly, he got a Confederate. He hit more of the enemy than anyone else on his team. At least 6 tanks subsequently destroyed by other members of his team, and you can see them there. So, good try, Talon. You did deserve those 2 medals. It's good that you've got them, because this will have an effect upon your overall score. You managed to get 2,432 hit points of damage. You were beaten by the KV-2, who managed to get 2,816, and he picked up the high caliber as well as the top gun. You managed to get 2 kills, which put you second. The Hummel managed to get 5 in all. You were working as a very good team. When it came to base XP, you managed to get 700 experience points, whereas the Hummel managed to get 600, but the KV-2, because he was on the winning team, managed to get 1,400 in total. Actually, I suspect that was probably an ace tanker, that one. You fired 20 rounds, got 8 direct hits, 8 penetration, and 8 splash. Did damage of 2,432 hit points, all at more than 300 meters. You received 2 hits, 2 penetrations, one from the Jackson, the other from the KV-2. You hit 9 of the enemy, but you only killed 2 of them. But you did do stun assistance damage of 1,141 hit points of 14 stuns. On a premium account, you earned 47,533 credits, and you got the Achievements Award because you got the Epic Medals or the Battle Honours, which equalises your score with that of the winning team, and that's an extra 5,506 credits. So your grand total comes to 53,040. you got, after repair and ammunition resupply, you actually had 39,778 credits to take away, which is still a very good score for a losing team. You received 1,050 XP, and you got the Achievements Award there again, so that's 592, bringing your total to 1,643, but your grand total came to 3,286. Now, this may be because there was an additional bonus which we're not seeing there, which makes up the difference, or is it? No, because that was a personal reserves bonus. Sorry, it didn't come to that. I was looking at it incorrectly. The 1,050, the 592 were for the achievements and the battle, and then you had a personal reserves on top, so it doubles up to 3,286. Sorry, I do apologise for the mistake there. But it was a good battle all the same, and it really did rest on, could that Hummel stay above the water long enough to be able to derp the KV-2. He derped the Jackson very nicely indeed, but when it came down to it, he just couldn't do it with the KV-2, because the KV-2 only had to aim for the actual gun mount, and I think that's all he could actually see of the Hummel. And as he was trying to poke above the water to keep his head above water, it just made it easier for the KV-2 to kill him. So good battle, but some nice medals in return. So well done there, Talon, but I'm sure you'll do better next time. If you enjoyed this replay, please give it a like and do subscribe to our channel, and hopefully it'll be your replay that I'll be featuring in our next video.